Hey guys, Big Dave here for Tales of Telara, and welcome to Warfronts. Yes, that's right, Warfronts! Exclamation mark. Warfronts is the Rift PvP show where I try to help PvE players feel a little more comfortable playing Warfronts. Yes, Warfronts. On Warfronts, we say Warfronts a lot. Guys, I've got to apologize in advance here if I'm not my normal jovial self, because it is about 90 degrees in the space where I'm recording this. It is oppressively hot. It is 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and it is 90 degrees. Not because it's 90 degrees outside, but because the heat or something is broken in here, and it's blasting hot air on me all the time. So, if I'm a little ticked off, or if I get a little mad at the people in my video as I'm commentating over it, that should explain why. So let's start out by remembering our guidelines. Yes, our 4 beloved guidelines, which you're seeing on the screen before you now, are guidelines that help me attempt to stay on task as I blabber on about how bad I am at PvP. And let's not forget, we do have a 5th unwritten rule, right? The 5th unwritten guideline, have fun. It's a game, right? Have fun, guys. So I ended last week by saying that the star of our show this week, the character that I would play with, would be chosen at random just before playtime, and I have done this. What character did I choose? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get to the action. Alright guys, here we are. We are in the Black Garden. This is my level 29 and 1/3 rogue, and he is spec'd into Bard. Yes, that's right, Bard. We're going to see the first instance of the support class here on Warfronts. So, as we get things started, I'm going to use my buffs. I'm going to call my Razor Beast, because I am PvE spec'd as Bard, so I am running with Ranger secondary. And as every good bard should at the start of any Black Garden, I'm going to switch on Anthem of Competence, which is going to boost my team's speed by 20%. And somebody else is going to zoom off there. Jeez. All right. So here we all go. We've got a little bit of a speed boost. The other side probably has one too, but we beat most of them there by just a few seconds. Then everybody just stops. We all stop. Everybody but my pig. And yeah, then we get rooted, and then here's the Fang, and they grab it. So just as they grab the Fang, it's like my aggression switch gets thrown. And even though I'm playing a support class, I just Rambo in there. And here I go. I'm headed for the Fang carrier, me and Pets, and like one other guy. So I'm just single-minded on the Fang carrier, just like I'm a DPS class, and I just start going to town. You can see the green healing numbers flashing everywhere. I just push into the group and create havoc, and it ends up with a dropped Fang, which is great. So let's talk about things here at my first death. Obviously, as you can see, I need to balance my aggression. I started out a little too light, and I switched over to a little too aggressive. So from here on, I'm going to, hopefully, this is a review of a game that already happened, so hopefully I'm going to settle down and play more like a support class. Yeah, will I? I don't know, we'll see. So, as you'll see with Bard, I'm going to have to spend a few seconds buffing up at the beginning of any respawn. I do switch on my Anthem of Competence again, but one thing that, oh, there they get the Fang. One thing you will notice is that I forget to switch it off. Anthem of Competence is great, but if you don't switch it back over to your armor enhancement Anthem, then you're losing a step, because I don't have the point that allows it to function in combat. So, moving on here, we get the Fang. I want to start slathering on that healing, that sweet, sweet healing. So I'm just dropping all of my what the hell is that thing? My cadence everywhere. I'm throwing in my healing finisher when I can. I'm just mainly concentrating on living up to my role. And that's also oftentimes very important. Live up to your role. In this case, I'm a DPS-based healer, so I need to do DPS plus healing, and I need to move out of that AoE, Come on, there we go. All right, and I do it, but the Fang carrier doesn't. Really, I was still in the sort of the side of it there. And there's another AoE dropped here. I'm going to come in and, like an idiot, I'm going to try to recover the Fang in the middle of an AoE. Stupid, I should have been trying to protect the Fang, not recover it, so they make off with it again. And here I go again, Mr. Aggression. I'm a support class, but I'm running after the Fang carrier like I'm DPS. I'm going to throw out whatever I have, everything that I can muster as a support healing DPS. I'm going to get the Fang carrier down a decent amount, but heals, no kill. My team itself is going to recover a kill, which is great. Remember, note to self, I am support. Alright? Now, even though eventually my team drops the Fang carrier, I need to play like a support character. I could have hung back and let some of the DPS players move past, because eventually they killed the Fang carrier. I could have functioned in a support capacity and helped them to do it quicker, or more quickly. So, here we go. We grab the Fang back. It is only short-lived, unfortunately, though. I'm trying to get to the front as fast as I can, but I just don't quite make it in time. Let's see. Dropping my buffs, motifs, and we do grab the Fang back. Fantastic. And again, now I'm going to concentrate on doing what I do. What do? I am a DPS-based healer, so I'm going to DPS and heal. And my heals, some of them also generate out from me. So I'm going to concentrate on being close to the Fang carrier, sticking with my team, staying within a functional range of my Fang carrier and my team in general, so that I don't get... my healing is more effective. Now here you'll notice I'm standing in an AoE. That is a slowing AoE, so I'm just going to ride it out. No reason to run out of a slow AoE. But you've got to have the experience to learn what those look like. I believe that's the Saboteur's Bomb that drops a slowing AoE. Not going to run out of that because it's not doing anything to me but slowing me. Again, here we go. Healing, I'm healing. Okay, so... Again, I'm getting a little sort of out of control here. I probably should have turned around and took a look at the Fang, but I'm just so into the healing. Then I notice my Fang carrier's pulling back from the battle, so I'm going to roll with my Fang carrier because, again, I'm a support character. I'm going to give support by moving back and staying in range of my Fang carrier and the support people who are also hanging around the Fang carrier. I'm trying to help everybody through my buffs and my heals. But at the same time, I do have to step out and do a little bit of DPS because unlike pure healing classes, I can't just muster up very much healing without doing damage as well. So here, I'm attacking somebody's pet. I don't care. It's a pet. Again, you see the ground AoE. That's the slow AoE, so I don't respond to it. I don't move out of it. I'm getting whacked, though, from a distance. So, all right, so we drop down the Fang. I probably should have ran over and tried to get it, but another teammate grabs it. I'm not going to complain about that too much. So we seem to have this game pretty much in control. We've got 420 points here. And, okay, we grab it up. Whoa, the Fang carrier gets jerked off screen. I'm continuing to do pretty well. More and more healing, just pushing it out. You can see the green numbers just flying everywhere as I heal everybody in sight. And here what we're going to see is, well, the Fang carrier here in just a moment, I would say gets maybe a little cocky. I don't know. Maybe the Fang carrier is just trying to create space, but does a lap around the trees. Don't really understand that. I mean, ran in point-blank range of the enemy DPS. And again, here I am. I'm standing in an AoE. Standing in an AoE. Get out of it. There we go. Sort of. Still in an AoE. Still in an AoE. And finally I'm out of it. Alright. Now we can't get the Fang, unfortunately, because of the AoE, and it resets to the middle. Run to the middle. Run to the middle. Run to the... There we go. Okay, so I did not respond nearly fast enough. I didn't make the move to the middle. Should have been much quicker on that. Now, I'm just going to get owned as I run through here, and... you know, it sucks to get burned down like that, but as they're burning me down, they're not moving back into position to defend their Fang carrier, so I'll take a death like that when it does happen. Not a big deal. Alright, let's see. Again, you know, we got a little cocky. I mean, we're going to win this game. It's well in hand. They're not going to come back from this. But we got a little cocky. We snatched the Fang, and we win. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of a clean end there. Let's talk about the score. First thing, wow, look at that. Narm, that's me, 63,381 healing. That's more than twice as much as the second place guy. That's the effectiveness, especially in this bracket, of the Bard and of support healing in general. I pushed out an amazing amount of healing. Didn't get a lot of favor. Would have really liked to have had more favor. Don't know what I could have done to improve the favor. Maybe done more damage, died a couple times less. I don't know. I mean, I got same amount of kills as everybody else. I didn't touch the Fang. I could have done those different things to contribute, but wow, tons of healing done as a support DPS based healer. Amazing game. Like I said, sloppy at the end, cocky at the end. Still put out a decent amount of damage. No, took a decent amount of damage. Excuse me. That was me looking at the damage I had taken. So all in all, what did we learn? Support healers are pretty darn good, huh? Well, at least the Bard in this particular bracket. You'll get different opinions from different people saying that things change later on, and probably they do. I haven't made it to later on yet, but when I do, I'll let you know if they change. Anyway, guys, I think that was a pretty good game. What are we going to do next week? Goodness, next week. Well, I tell you, one thing that I've been enjoying is playing on my cleric, my Inquisitor cleric. I was a little bit unsure of the mechanics of the Inquisitor when it came to PvP as in Warfronts, but I think I've warmed up to it. So I'm going to do a little Inquisitor. Maybe if I push, I can get to the 20 bracket for next week and do a Codex. But likely we're going to be back in the Black Garden, my favorite Warfront, and a great Warfront for new players because it is so self-contained and the dynamics and everything are so straightforward. Anyway, guys, another episode of Warfronts in the books. Be here next Monday when I take my cleric into most likely Black Garden, and hopefully I will be able to pepper in a few planned special episodes of Warfronts. I'll increment them, if I can say that, as episodes. So it won't necessarily be episode 3 this week and then episode 4 next week. If I get the time, I'm trying to plan an episode 4 for the middle of the week. So episode 5 will be next week, so forth and so on like that. When I do have the time to do those special episodes, I plan to do those on maybe Tuesdays, Mondays or Tuesdays, maybe Wednesdays. I'm not sure. Those will be posted as they can be posted. Also, I have very few viewers to this show, and I have very few subscribers on the YouTube, but if you are one of those and you want to submit one of your replays for review on Warfronts, please do so. Just upload it in the best quality that you can to YouTube, and I will watch and critique it. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe I'll learn something, but hopefully it'll be a fun time. Guys, I have been Big Dave. I am more than a YouTube channel, talesoftelara.com, and I'll see you next week for Warfronts. Take it easy.